Hey there, superstars. Welcome to Soulfully Illumined. In this video, we're going over the energies for this new moon in Virgo. I can't believe we're in Virgo season already. I don't know where time is going, although time is an illusion and all we have is this moment. So let's get into these energies. Let's see what wants to come through for all of us. We're starting with the collective part of this reading, and so let's get into it. We've gone through a lot of amplification of like fire energy, water energy. So we've been feeling it collectively within our bodies, within our minds, our emotions, all over the world globally. It's been manifesting in physical form around us. It's been a little nuts. But I do feel like there's this lightness that's approaching us, our manifestations. The light at the end of the tunnel is quickly approaching us. And as difficult as these seasons have been, they've been seasons. And there's always something better at the other end. And I guess we have to just walk in faith and trust in the unknown, which seems to be a huge theme lately. I know in my life, I don't know about yours, but just trusting the unknown. And so I hope you're all well on the other end of this video. And yeah, so with this, we're entering now this new moon in Virgo, which is somewhat like a new beginning, right? A time of setting intentions for this new cycle, a time of having specific purposes of what we'd like to accomplish. And with that Virgo energy, it's about practicality. It's about looking at the details. It's also about service. And so this is going to be impacting us globally, collectively, on several different levels. But generally speaking, the energies coming in are really giving us an opportunity to take those lessons and learnings, to take and release a lot of those lessons and learning, but also to implement a lot of those into our practical lives. You know, when we know what we don't want, we also know what we do want, right? To some degree. And the energies here are really asking us to cultivate, to grow, to create foundations, boundaries, practical strategies to implement those things that we do want in the physical world. The Virgo sign is an earth sign, which is about practically applying these things in our day-to-day life. And that could just be the simple things, because obviously we can't change everything, we can't control everything. But there are certain things that we can control in our day-to-day living. How we approach something, how we choose to be in a certain situation, what we choose to think or put energy towards those things that we think versus the things that make us feel better. So these energies are here to help support us creating that, to create that foundation. And with the growth plants card, I feel like this is really symbolic. Like, this is a great visual of what I'm explaining here. It's about allowing those things that really serve us, or those things that we really want in our lives, to come forth in our physical reality. But it starts from within. So for example, shifting our mindset to really be in union with the physical manifestation by shifting our physical body, our stance, the way we stand, the way that we walked, the way that we are, is going to allow certain energies to flow, but also to allow that manifestation to show up, because like attracts like. With the cleansing and the storms, I I feel like we've gone through that, you know, it's been like cleansing and storms and so forth. But I feel like with this, it may continue a little bit into September. More of the cleansing of the emotions, the clearing of some clutter, right? And that may be something you may be called to do, or collectively we may be called to do, which is to clear out more of that clutter, whether it's mental clutter, emotional clutter, physical clutter in our day-to-day living. But there's this cleansing that's happening. But also with this cleansing and this clearing out, these energies are also like with water, right? With water, it clears out the stuff, but it also nourishes and revitalizes the things that are still present. So this time is really supportive for building the space that you want to live in, building the world that you want to live in. So you may feel called to, like I said, clear out the clutter in your house or your home or your bedroom, clear out, you know, all of those, all of those things in your calendar that don't bring you that joy, that don't nourish your hearth, your body, your world. And with the body, because it has been going through a clearing out, a shifting, a re-shifting of out of an old paradigm of being into a new. And so it's requiring more nourishment in ways that for some people haven't been nourishing themselves as well. I'll give you a great example. I love sweets, love chocolate, and I am such a muncher at night because what I found is that at night, that's where my shadow comes up, that's where my mind starts to go into natter. And then I go to sweets to help to give me that nourishment, to give me that support. And, you know, chocolate is good, everything in moderations. I personally have a tendency to go to the extremes, and I will gorge at times and just finish the whole box of cookies. And so I feel like it's like, well, what can you do now knowing this and knowing that it's not the best way to nourish yourself and give yourself that comfort? What will serve you better? What else can you do to nourish yourself? You know, and for me, it would be a ginger tea at night. It would be putting on some music and dancing around my place. You know, so there's this restructuring that we're being asked to do collectively. And you will know what feels right for you. You will know what doesn't feel right for you. And on a collective scale, I feel like there's going to be some shifts and changes that are starting. And this could be through the government. This could be in your society. There are some shifts that have been seeded, and some of it for a very long time, that will now start to be showing signs of change. So, a great time for really prepping for your manifestations. If you know what you want, start getting things in order, because let me tell you, these energies are speeding up. Manifestations are becoming more and more vivid and quick and really in our faces. And you know what? If you have questions, if you're confused, call on Spirit, because let me tell you, they're answering. But most importantly, the shadow part that's coming out here is, you know, with Virgo, there is, because of that practical essence, you know, I know it's an earth element, but The extreme of that is going into perfectionism, is going into too much details. And know this, if this is you. We are human. We are here having a human experience. Being human isn't perfect. Human nature is not perfect. We are imperfectly perfect. And so be light about this part. Be light about this process. Because if anything, it is a process of self-discovery that's showing us, that's empowering us to take ownership and responsibility for ourselves and get ourselves out of our heads and this need of being perfect and following what others, following the group, the clan, and really just choosing you. I don't know, I kind of went off on a tangent, but I kind of didn't on that. But anyway, so this is the collective part of this reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and scroll down below. We got three piles for your pick a pile part of this reading for this new moon. So go ahead and scroll down below, pick your pile, and I will see you there. Hey Pile One, welcome to your reading for this new moon in Virgo. Let's get into it. Let's see how these energies are impacting you. We are starting with, oh my God, I should really know this deck by now, and I don't, but it's down below. So let's get into it. How are these energies for this new moon in Virgo impacting Pile One collective, please, Spirit? The energies of the new moon in Virgo. Oh, I love it. We have commitment. Okay. Oh, I love it. Life purpose, bottom of the deck, commitment. All right, my friends. Okay, so for you, Pile One, I feel like you're going to be getting some clarity. If you haven't already, you have clarity about direction or the direction that you want to take. I feel like if you've been struggling in the past with implementing your strategy or implementing certain things that you want to do, that's going to be clearing up, okay? It's going to be clearing up for this new moon because I feel like you're going to feel more focused during this moon. You're going to feel more aligned. There's aspects of your shadow, however, that may be coming up closer. Well, it could be anywhere between now and the full moon, Pile One, that are going to show you how you haven't been committing to yourself. And that impacts how you move in the world. That impacts your ability to do certain things that truly matter to you. And your life purpose, my friends, they matter to you. It matters to you. But you've built strong roots, okay, you've built strong roots about what really matters to you in your life. And so it's just a matter of, there's like this fine tuning that's happening. Set your intentions. Take that time during the new moon to set your intentions, because I feel like these energies for this Virgo moon is really going to be empowering you to move forward, to really manifest these intentions. Like I said, you have a strong foundation, but there may be certain things in your field that are like, I don't know if it's self-sabotaging, but there's certain things that, they're aligning parts of your shadow. It's aligning, but it's that last little piece to really help it to kind of mold together. That's going to be popping up for you. But it's perfect because once you see it, you can clear it and you can move forward and really unite those two aspects of yourself, the light and the shadow, and really move forward in commitment. Okay? So physically, okay, feet. Wiggle your feet, Pile One. Wiggle your toes. Those little toes of yours, wiggle them. They'll help keep you grounded during this time. I feel like feet are important for you. Walking is important for you, but walking in the stance of a believer, walking in the stance of a winner, walking in the stance in the essence that you know, or you may want to be, but you already are. So walking in that state is going to help you. It's just the movement's important to really just allow the body to really just, or allow the energies to really settle in the body and allow the body to settle into the energies. It's something about that. Now, mentally, you feel really solid. There may be moments where that fear is coming up, that self-doubt comes up for you, but there's something about you following your intuition here, because your intuition will be heightened, it will be strengthened, and it's for you. It's there guiding you. It's there to help you get beyond the mind. Okay? Because as you start to get beyond the mind, pile one, you're going to start to see it all a lot more clearly. You're going to start to see the road, the path that you need to go on, your manifestations. It's going to vary for each of you. It's going to be a lot more clearly. It's going to be a lot more clear to you. Okay? So let's go into the psychic tarot deck here. One more time. All right, for pile one, please, Spirit, for this new moon in Virgo. What's happening here? Okay, we have emotional withdrawal. Heart chakra. I like that. Financial and material change. Bada boom. Deception and envy. All right, so the summer may have been a little bit hard for you, pile one. You may have been a little bit reserved, or you step back from people, and that could just be emotionally. That's shifting. I feel like this fall is really bringing in and activating that heart chakra for you. You may have been having that heart awakening, or I'm hearing heart amplification, but it was like a healing that was happening during the summertime. And that's really just helping you to just open up that heart by releasing some old hurts and pains. And yeah, some old hurts and pains. It's been like step by step for you. It may have felt like a slow process for you, but it's kind of like you're moving into this state of greater consciousness, greater like inspiration. It feels like even with the financial material change, like it just feels like things are shifting from you. It's like you've been letting go, or you're letting go of an old self, an old way of being, an old way of acting, that doesn't really correlate to your heart, doesn't really align to your heart. And that's why, as you continue to move forward, you're seeing financial and material changes, because you're working more in alignment. Because you're more committed to yourself. You're working in greater alignment with yourself, because your heart chakra is more open. You're working more with your heart chakra. Oh, how do I say this? I'm so sorry. It's just coming out a little scattered. But it's like you've let go of an old way of being that doesn't really serve you. That's really not brought you that emotional fulfillment. Okay? And it's like you've gone through this heart awakening that's really just pushing you or helping you to really open up your heart and take off that mask of the past. Take away all those things that just really aren't in alignment with you. And that's really giving you greater commitment to yourself. It's really helping you to commit more to yourself. Okay, solar plexus, heart chakra, two major chakras for you, okay, during this time. And that's going to lead to financial material wealth. You're going to feel more inspired to get out and do certain things and really commit to certain things that you want to do in your day-to-day life. You may find work situations are changing, or they will be changing in the upcoming weeks to months. And it's going to be more supportive. See, even with the 5, we got a 5 for change here. And it's like you're moving into a change. And this could be, I'm really getting career stuff here with you, especially under life purpose, right? You may feel like things are shifting around you during this time. Allow it, because there's a transmutation, there's a transformation that's happening in your physical reality as a result of some work that you've done in the past. And that could be that clearing out that I'm talking about here, emotional release, clearing out some old thought processes, ways of being that's really activated that heart, okay, to allow you to take off that mask, an old way of being, okay? 7 is with the bottom of the deck here with the deceit and envy. You have 7 representing, oh wow, and then is that a 7? It is a 7. And you got another 7. Look at that. And it says patience and planning. Spirit. 7 means spirit or spiritual growth. Step by step, my friends, you're moving into a time where you're feeling more like your higher self. You're feeling more in touch with your spirit, with your soul. Give yourself some time, because the world is transforming around you. You've unlocked certain aspects of your heart that's been needing to be unlocked. This is the time. This is the time. All right? And as you continue, you will get more, you're going to become more and more aware of what your life purpose is, or what direction you are to take. As you get little seeds, pile 1, you might want to write them down and start planning it out, because I feel like you're going to get a lot of joy when you start to plan it out. You're really good like that. You can sit there, you're like, I can get a lot of that mental energy and just like being creative and writing down how you see it playing out. It may be slow in progressing, okay, during this month, but it's progressing. So during those down times, it's time for you to commit to yourself and start to prep for your future. And that could be just embodying it. It could be self-loving days. It could be writing in your journal or to-do lists. Just different small steps. All right? We're going to just pull a card from here. All right, Spirit, what else for this new moon? And Virgo for pile 1, please, Spirit. I know something wants to come out of here. You were glowing at me. Thank you. Action. Yeah. Okay, so with the action, like, check this out. We have the black and the white dove, right? Is it a dove? I think it's a dove. Yeah, black and white dove. And then we have the horses, right? We have the black and white horses. The doves representing peace, the horses representing freedom. The yin and the yang, the yin and the yang. There's aspects within you, my friends, that have been, and then you have the 17, the 1-7 spirit. Oh, so, yeah, so you may have found that there's certain things that you wanted to move forward on, but you just couldn't. It just wouldn't move. It wouldn't manifest. You couldn't get it done. It didn't show up the way that you wanted it to. There's some balancing that's happening here, okay? There's some sort of energetic balancing. I feel like it's that shadow element, like I was saying, union with that light, shadow and the light. There are pros and cons for both, but when they come together, it's like a supernova. And that's what's happening with you. So if that shadow comes out and you want to move forward and your shadow's like, no way in hell, I'm not doing it, talk to it. Talk to it. That's the simple steps, but they are so profound. Some of it may have to do with that inner child. For some of you, it's just that multi-dimensional aspect of you. You know, we hold so many different personalities based on the dimension that we are in, based on the frequency that we're in, based on the different people that we're with. Like, there's something about detaching with the thought process and the personality and getting back to the heart. Because the heart always remains solid no matter what the circumstance. It doesn't matter if there's craziness going on in your life, or like there's a bunch of things going on, the heart always holds true. So there's something about that for you. And that's emotional withdrawal. So it's something connected to your emotions, pile one, and it may have stemmed from childhood or be related to something with family. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if it's painful. I really, really am. I'm not trying to disregard your thoughts or your emotions at all, because I know firsthand experience how much it can suck. And it can just put you down to the floor. But there's something about that family, even like teenager years, something about that. I don't know, like if you know what it is, I'd love to hear about it if you feel comfortable, but there's something in that that's preventing you from moving forward. But you're going to gain that clarity. It's going to help just give you that commitment to move forward. Okay, so we're going to end this reading with some animal spirit oracle cards as the sun is being blocked by the clouds. We're losing some light. But let's continue. So for pile one spirit, final messages for pile one for this new moon in Virgo spirit. And we'll pull this one out. Life is a mystery. Bobcat spirit, pile one collective. Thank you. Okay, so we have Bobcat spirit. Life is a mystery. If you haven't heard the collective part of this reading, you may want to. In that part, I was talking about the fear of the unknown. And the fear for you, like here you have an 8, and then you have the 17, which equates to an 8. You're moving into a time, pile one, where it is the unknown, because you're not that person that you ever were before. And with that, you're now in a position where you've never been before, and taking actions that you may not have ever done before. And so at this time, you're being asked to trust yourself. Trust this process, because you do have what it takes. You wouldn't be in this position if you didn't have what it takes, right? If you believe that your soul designed this path for you, this life for you, I don't know, I do. One thing that always comforts me is knowing, well, my soul wouldn't try to make me suffer. Why would my soul want to go through a life of me of suffering? Now, I know many people have, but I don't know, it just kind of gives me some comfort. But for you, pile one, I feel like, number one, it's about trusting yourself. And also getting back into your being. I believe I spoke about this in the last video about mirror work, about looking at yourself in the mirror and looking at your eyes. If you didn't hear that, or you just didn't do it, you may want to consider it this time around, because there's some real power coming through your eyes. And with the green eyes of this bobcat, as I say this, Waffles is coming out, and with her green eyes, what I'm getting here is seeing your reality for what it is, and not the reality or not the fears that are in your mind. Just really being in the present moment, because you'll find that in the present moment, it'll all make sense, whatever that means. I'm not sure. With the deer spirit, it says, bring a gentle touch. You're very connected, pile 1, to spirit, and you know what you're doing. And I feel like this time is shifting your approach to how you are moving in your life. Oh my God, I didn't even realize that. It's 818. Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, 818. Okay, and notice how she's like, the deer is looking at the bobcat. Yeah, it's like you're a lot stronger than you think you are. You are both the bobcat, because I'm remembering a Rumi card. You're both the bobcat and the deer. Okay, the bobcat, that's the prey, that's fierce, that's focused. And then you're also the deer, that's soft, light, gentle. You hold both. You are multi-dimensional. You can be anything, do anything that you want. So you can take off that mask and trust yourself. Because you can do anything, and you can make anything happen and overcome any obstacles with this rhino card. I think it's just about being your authentic self, pile 1. And that's what you're really moving into, this state of just being your authentic self. Not being anything for anybody else, but being it for yourself. Really beautiful reading, pile 1. Thank you for watching. That's your reading for this new moon in Virgo. Thanks for watching. Do give it a like if you like the video. Subscribe if you haven't. We'd love to have you. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Have a great new moon. Bye. Hey there to pile 2. Welcome. All right, let's get into your reading for this new moon in Virgo. Let's see how these energies are impacting you. I already shuffled these cards or cleared out these cards. So let's get into it. For pile 2 collective, please, Spirit. How are the energies of the new moon in Virgo impacting them? We have trust, and then we have family, bottom of the deck. All right. So for you, pile 2, how are these energies impacting you? Sorry, pile 2. Just give me a second here. I feel like there's a bit of a clearing that's happening for you, pile 2. I feel like it's a bit of a floating time for you, and that makes sense. A lot of the planets are in retrograde. And so this is a time of like being within. It's a time of just being with yourself. And from a mental perspective, there are some things that are being shown to you. And this could be about family. This could be about your childhood, or, you know, your childhood memories, something like that, that you may have not been seeing. Well, let's just put it this way. Spirit wants you to see certain things. And so there may be some things coming to light that you may not have been able to see. For you to see in a different perspective. But also there's a bit of an emotional, like you may feel like you're in a bit of emotional roller coaster at times. And this may be, it's almost like you were going through like a dark period and you're coming out the other side, but there's still some like ruckus going on. There's still some turbulence. So it's like you're going through this purification. You're going through like this clearing out of some old emotions or emotions that have created dissonance within your body, within your mind, within your emotions, within your persons. And so that's coming up to be released. You're being asked to be compassionate with yourself and go light during this time. You are totally protected by spirit, but it's like you're being, and it's a good thing though, pal, too, because it's really just going to make you lighter. And so you may not feel like actively doing things, like getting things done. It's because you're doing a lot of internal work during the new moon or during this cycle, pile 2. It's like a clearing out that's really just needing to be done to help bring you to the next phase of your journey, a more lighter phase, because these things have been like, they've been preventing you from being in alignment. With the word trust coming through, you may find that the mind may be acting up, but it's more so coming from the shadow side of you, that shadow aspect that's distrusting, that shadow aspect that is just, that may like that control or want things in a certain way. We all do, right? We all think that we know what's great, what's the best thing. But in actuality, this isn't our mind's journey. This is spirit's journey, right? Our soul's journey. And so that mind of yours might be acting up, but it's coming from that shadow part of you. And this is important. This is important, like fundamental parts of you, because this needs to be cleared out in order for you to really move forward, utilizing not only your intuition but your heart to lead. From a physical standpoint, you may want fresh foods, like things that are lighter in nature. Lighter foods, fresh foods, raw foods, things like that, even like steamed vegetables, but live foods to eat during this time. Okay, I feel like it's going to really help to support your body. What else? I think that's it. Let's see here. But it's like there's certain noise, like this time you're going to see certain noise, certain things in your life that have just been preventing you from kind of living the life that you wanted to live. You're going to see certain things that have been in your way of, just like clutter in your way that's preventing you from really feeling your own divine essence or following your own intuition. That's coming up, okay, to be cleared out for you to see it, okay? We're going into this one or that one? Okay, we're going here. All right, so for pile 2 collective, please, Spirit, what do they need to know about their physical? I'll take that. Are we taking both? Yes, we are. Wow. You got some serious energies coming your way, pile 2. We got Angel of Balance, okay? Rest and rejuvenation in reverse. Yeah, okay. We have Angel of Balance showing up here. We have Healer of the Ages. It's in reverse, a 51. We have Door to Romance. And then we have Rest and Rejuvenate in reverse. Yeah, you may be frustrated this during this cycle because things may not be progressing as you hope they would. Know this, it's because you're doing a lot of internal work. Sometimes you can't do both. Like, it's so hard to do both. I shouldn't say you can't, because I hate that word. but it's hard. It's very difficult to do the whole energetic world transformation, especially when it's super intense, and deal with making changes in our physical reality, right? And we're coming into a time where it's more about doing that internal shift and allowing the external to reflect what's happening internal, right? And so for you, pile 2, I feel like you're doing a lot of internal work during this time. And it's super important. Like, this is impacting your heart. It's impacting your solar plexus. It's impacting your sacral chakra. Okay, it's impacting your root. So it's like all of those lower chakras. It's how you move in the world. Here with the angel of balance here, I'm just staring at those pyramids and that, whatever that is it a lamp? I don't know what it is. It's a lamp or something, or water in it. I don't know. But what I'm seeing with this card here is that you're creating a strong foundation by clearing out some of that old clutter, some old things that just that really don't fit you anymore. Okay, that's being cleared out. And some of it is old narratives. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Old narratives that are not really that aren't really supporting you. So, and you can see here with this angel of balance here, how she's like all in blue. She's blue. And with the blue here and here with the water, it's like there's this purification. There's a clearing out of the water element, okay? So that your emotions, there's a clearing out of some of that old stuff, old ways, I'm getting also old passions as well that are being cleared out and rebalanced within you. With the healer of the ages, this is about going within and healing the internal world. That is what's happening here. Now with the door to romance, you may be getting like here with the hanged man, like I'm getting a lot of hangman energy with this. It's like this, you will be seeing perspectives. This is a time of contemplation for you. You're going to be getting some downloads, insights, inspirations, clarity that's going to help you to move forward, to help rebuild that fire, that passion that you may not have right now, or that's been built on false foundations in the past. And that will open up the doors for you to, and some of it is relationships for some of you. It's about how you are in relationships, with the most intimate relationships that you have that may require vulnerability. I don't know if you can hear that car, but that might be confirmation for somebody. But that's allowing you to, this is important because it's allowing a door to open up for you to walk into a reality that's more supportive for you. To walk into a reality that really works better for you. So this time isn't really about pushing ahead, pile 2. It's about trusting this internal work that you have to do for yourself. And for somebody out there, you've been holding that fire internally. And it may be because of anger, frustration, grief. And that's going to be clarified and clarified. Clarified and cleared out. Clarified, I wish that was a word. Cleared out, okay, as you shift your perspective. This time is very favorable for you for shifting your perspective. And that fire will then shift into the ability for you to use your hands, not hands, to be able to utilize that passion in the world. Sorry, I get symbols, and so sometimes I just show you the symbols and not realizing you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but I hope you do. And then I think of the word after. So I hope that made sense. Okay, we're gonna just get 2 more from this deck. Spirit for pile 2. Pile 2 collective for this new moon in Virgo. Thank you. Destiny. Jeez, you too, huh? With the emotional loss. With the Destiny card here, I think this is the Wheel of Fortune. Don't quote me. Yeah, it is. Wait, is it the Wheel of Fortune? Wheel of Fortune. The World. The Wheel of Fortune. We have here, and then we have conflict and defeat. And then bottom of the deck, we have emotional loss. Underneath that is disruption. Interesting. All right. There's been binds that have been around you that have been preventing you from moving forward into a more supportive life for you, pile 2. And that is being shooken up and shaken up. That's being disrupted. And that's might be why you can't really see, and you have to trust this process. And I know it's hard, but what's happening is that this is important. This is, you know, a changing of a cycle for you, moving out of that old way and moving into a newer, more supportive way of being. And so that conflict and that defeat, with the conflict and the defeat, you know, you may have been busting your butt for a while to try to get things done, to really just, you know, survive or get things done. But that's shifting with the 5, okay? There's change that's happening for you. Allow these changes to happen, because I feel like Spirit is really coming in right now to help you out of this. There's a turning of the tide that's happening for you, pile 2. And I'm hearing this too shall pass. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to end this reading. I've already shuffled, but sometimes I'll just shuffle again. But let's end this reading with some advice or any last words from Spirit for pile 2 collective Spirit. For pile 2 collective Spirit, what do they need to know about this new moon in Virgo? Look at that. Trust the great mysteries. Isn't that crazy? We got trust and we got trust again. And you got that beautiful whale that is so ancient. And that all they do is just like they swim in the ocean and they just go at their own pace. And they're just a part of, like, they're just moving with the ocean. You know what I mean? There's something about that. Just going with the flow, going with the way that of the energies. You know, don't resist, because what resists persists. Something like that. And just going into it with grace. And I know, I get it, it's hard sometimes, but that's why I think this message is coming through. Because it's all happening from internal for you. And you got so many 5s, actually. You got 5 here, you got 5 here. I thought you got more 5s. Oh well, okay. And then we have here, Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being. And that's more of like that being energy, right? Of just allowing things to kind of go and being in harmony with things. Like, look at this lizard. He just molds to his surroundings with those 2 blades of grass, right? The blades of grass there. And I feel like that's kind of where you're being called to. And like, even with the trust card, how she just kind of harmonizes and like just molds to the fog. It's just about just kind of going with Spirit and going with the flow at this time, because it's just all happening for you. And like, check that out. You have here a 65, right? An 11 and an 11 card here. Sometimes we just don't even realize how much work we're doing internally. You know, we're so focused on the external reality, you know, with the life stings here, right? With the wasp spirit, bottom of the deck. Sometimes the things we want to do aren't exactly the best thing for us to do. And if we just get out of our mind and allow ourselves to feel what we need to feel in this moment, feel what we're feeling in this moment, and have faith and trust and be present, the fog lifts. I don't know. All right, pile 2. That is your reading. I'm sorry if I was a little bit all over the place with your reading, but it was a little all over the place. So thanks for watching. If you got through the whole reading, do give it a like if you liked the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I look forward to reading for you again. Thanks again. Bye. Hey there, pile 3. Welcome to your reading for this new moon in Virgo. Let's get into the energies. Let's see how this new moon is impacting you. And yeah, let's get started. So for pile 3 collective, how are these energies for the new moon in Virgo impacting them? Pile 3 collective, please, Spirit. Okay, taking a while. We've got dreams and we got friendship, bottom of the deck here. So dreams, and then we got friendship. Okay. First of all, pile 3, it's going to be really important that you stay grounded during this time of the new moon or during this cycle. Overall, it's always important to be grounded, but I'm really getting an emphasis of being grounded and breathing. Breathing into your body, being into your body, being in your body, dancing, whatever. Utilizing your different senses is really important during this new moon. It feels like there may be a tendency to go into the mind or to go into the shadows, to go into a bit of the darkness, the shadow aspect of the self. But it's like grounding is really going to help you stay present, because it's like there's something between, you know, in the night, during the dark, this is kind of what they're showing me. It's like during the nighttime, right? Or in the darkness, there are different aspects of the darkness, and it's like you can go into the negativity, the fears, and all of that, or you can go into the intuition, the unknown, that aspect. And so you're being asked to go into the unknown. You're being asked to go into the intuition, especially with the dream card here, because I feel like for you that the intuition will be heightened. It will be calling to you during this time. Your dreams may be very vivid and very active. You're going to be getting a lot of insight, inspiration, information, clarity. So you may want to pull out a journal and do some journaling. A dream journal would be great to gain some clarity about what's coming through in the subconscious, because there's something about the subconscious here that wants to come up to be seen, and it's impacting the heart. There's a connection between that and the heart. Now, your crown chakra is really activated or being activated during this time, as well as your heart chakra and solar plexus. Rest is really important. Recovery is really important, especially if you're very empathic. or sensitive in general. Spending time to really just rejuvenate yourself, self-care, is really important for you at this time, because you may be super sensitive to certain things, your surroundings, or what's transpiring in your world, in your reality, or just the energies. And so coming back to earth, grounding yourself, bringing yourself into a point of self-care is really important, because being in that grounded state is really going to help you to connect to your higher self. It's going to really help you to connect to your intuition, but not only that, but to this planet, to earth, right? And so that's really important for you. There is a doorway that's opening for you, pile 3. There's a space that's opening for you. It's almost like it's an invitation that's opening for you to help you to see beyond, I'm hearing the ordinary, but beyond your physical reality. So for example, you may have a dream one day and it just gives you inspiration as to how you want to do your life, or how you would prefer to deal with a specific situation that you're in the middle of. You know, something like that. But there's an opportunity that's going to be given to you during this time to do things in a more supportive fashion, is what I'm getting here. Okay? But energetically, I just feel like this is a real powerful time for you to really connect back to you and what you need and what supports you and what lights you up. Okay? And I'm not just talking about the external reality. I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of stuff from the internal. Like, how do I say that? Like, you're going to realize, it's like you're going to see certain things that you have within yourself that supports you far more than you can get from any sort of external circumstance or certain external things, that you have it all within you. And feeling a greater connection to spirit, you know, that bond, that relationship with spirit. Okay, I hope that made sense. So we're going to go into the Psychic Tarot. For pile 3 collective spirit, what does this look like in their physical reality? Thank you. What is up with this emotional stuff? Huh? We've got 2 5s going on here too. Jeez. Okay. We've got obstacles and challenges here. Card 5. Then we have emotional loss, card 5. Same as pile 2 on that one. Accelerated motion, card 8. And then we have disruption, the Tower. Okay. And it's really interesting. Underneath that, we have fulfillment of wishes. And see how light that is? And how that light is coming out of you. It's breaking through from you. Underneath that, we have heartache and loss. Definite changes for you during the cycle, pile 3. You may have been experiencing some challenges or obstacles in your world, and feeling some emotional dissonance, so like feeling a bit empty, feeling a little bit of lackluster in your emotional world, even the emotional loss. And this feeling may be continuing, but know this, like if you haven't watched the collective part, you may want to. And there I spoke about the clearing, the storms, and really just, it's a clearing out that's happening right now. I believe it's collectively too, like that card, emotional loss popped up for pile 2, and then emotional withdrawal with pile 1. Like there's a lot of emotional stuff that's coming up, that's being released through the body. And so this may be continuing. If you haven't been experiencing this yet, you may be experiencing this. And this could be through old memories, old things popping up, okay? And this may be popping up through your dream state, pile 3. But it may be things that have been popping up, reminders, memories, things like that, or just, you know, heartbreak that has been popping up or that still resides within you that's coming up to be released. Know this, it is coming up to be released. And with the 5-5, you have 2 5s here. This is about change. And yes, it's also about challenges. And then I'm going up here with the storm, it's a 23, which is another 5 for you, pile 3. But I feel like it's just a clearing out of an old cycle, a clearing out of old emotional trauma, drama, and wounding that just is not serving you to take forward with you. Because if you look ahead with the 8, we have accelerated motion there, movement forward with this card. And with this, it's like once you climb that mountain, once you see beyond being in that emotional loss, I feel like things are a lot clearer. And that's kind of where you're in that state. You're in that state currently of just kind of seeing beyond all of that. But sometimes we still need to experience that hurt and that pain, even if it sucks, to be able to release that. And that's what's happening here. With this disruption card, right? The Tower card. It's very important for you, pile 3, to move. And I don't mean physically relocate, I mean physically move your body. Because you might feel like you're getting a little rigid, your body may be a little tight. Listen to your body. As I said that, it was 11:11 on the timer. Listen to your body. If it is tight, it needs to move, because you are purging, you are releasing some old stuff, energies that have been stuck in your body. I want you to know something, pile 3. Just because you feel something, an emotion, it doesn't mean you're stuck in it, right? Especially if it's something that you've been like in for a while. That number 1, you have the power to let it go, right? But also, if you can't, or if you're reliving it, it's okay, because maybe you need to relive it again in order to release it, right? Because life isn't a straight line. It goes all over the place. But not only that, like, we go upwards on this spiral, right? Where we end up, as we continue to go up, see a different perspective of the same situations from a different light. And so if you're feeling that loss again, or if you're in a situation where you're feeling that loss, that those lower emotions, those painful emotions, know this, that you're doing some really amazing work right now by releasing it, by feeling it. Not only for you, but honestly for the collective, truly, truly for the collective. And yeah, it takes a brave, brave, brave soul to feel the emotions and the pains of this world, because it really, really hurts. And so I'm being drawn to his hands and his hands, it coming back to the heart space for you. And I feel like this time for you is really about coming back to the heart space and allowing yourself to feel what you need to feel. And opening up your body, opening up your reality to the things that do support you. And with that dream, it was in like the same position. It's so weird. Okay, so with the dream and then the emotional loss here, Similar message to pile 2, where it's like, you know what? This doesn't support me, so let's daydream about the things that do support me. Okay? And then also listening to or paying attention to your dreams, because it'll give you insight about these woundings and help to clear out some of these woundings that are maybe based upon subconscious things. Okay? And are there to help take you out of that loss, of that pain, into something a little bit more fulfilling. Know this, pile 3, it is always darkest before the dawn. And with the energies of this new moon, I feel like it is a turning of the tide for you. It's a starting of something new for you, because there is an acceleration, an accelerated motion forward with the 8 of Wands here. Okay? There is movement forward. So you may not feel it right now, but I do feel like you will if you're moving your body. Like if you can get outside in nature and go for a walk, you know, put some headphones on, go on the treadmill or the elliptical, whatever. I think you'll feel better and you'll start to feel the shift happening. But the key for you, pile 3, is really just being in that heart space and allowing yourself to feel the experiences that you need to feel. Because I feel like that's going to take you out of that loss into that space of rejuvenation, okay? And that may require you to really just go within. This may be a period of you just being with yourself and taking care of yourself. But know this, as you do, you're really building, you're really building some new roots. You're building some new grounds here. So, big shifting happening for you internally, which are like big breakthroughs for you, really releasing a lot of the old challenges and old blockages that have been blocking you from moving forward. Know that your angels, your guides are with you to help support you through it. And you're farther along. I don't know, this is coming through. You're farther along than you think you are, pile 3. I know, after a while it's like, what, another thing, another thing, another thing. But it's like, we signed up for this, right? We totally signed up for this. And we signed up for it because we knew that we could do this. And for you, pile 3, you can do this. And I don't know, it's something about you breaking through or breaking free from the past, from the walls, from the blockages that have been within your body. So taking practical steps, practical actions to help you, to really support you are important, okay? And staying grounded. That's always an important one, right? Okay, so we're gonna end this reading with some animal oracle cards. So Spirit, for pile 3, what do they need to know about this new moon in Virgo? Okay. Okay, so we have Groundhog Spirit, time to let go. And it feels like here it's letting go of the past. It's time to let go, it's time to surrender and let go of the old hurt and pain. It no longer holds, it no longer supports you, and it's time to let that go. And like I said before, you may have been doing the same patterns over and over again, same cycle over and over again, but that's shifting and that's changing for you. So it's like there's this surrendering that's happening. There's a surrendering that's being asked of you to just kind of let it go, allow it to leave you. And with that, pile 3, there may be some fear coming up, okay? with that, this need to kind of hold on. We got, look, the groundhog here holding on to that heart. And then you have here this disruption card holding on for dear life. Why? When you've got all this coming your way, right? But I know, I get it. It's hard when you don't know, right? You don't know what's next when you're so used to this. It's like, but what's next? What's after this? What's coming? You know, what is that up in the sky? And so it's just here, this is the time with the parent spirit, watch your words, right? To really just watch your words, watch your thoughts, watch what's coming up for you, and truly be loyal to what you love and dream that world that you want to create into being. So yeah, I was extremely hurt from this situation. It impacted me super deeply because, for example, I wasn't fully supported in this space. And so instead, I'm going to let this go. Thank you for the lesson. Thank you for showing me clarity. And I'm moving into the space of having that love and having that support. And I'm going to give it to myself every day in practical steps and actions. And one day, the world will show me that in return and mirror it back to me. Intentions are really important at this time. Your words, your thoughts, your actions are important at this time. But you're allowing something to leave you that belongs in the past so you can move into something really wonderful, something that's more emotionally bountiful. Pile 3. Okay? So that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Have an amazing new moon in Leo. Do give this video a like if you like the video. Subscribe if you haven't. And I look forward to reading for you again. Thanks again. Bye.